Don't you shake your head at me, Ron Jr.
Alright, on this week's episode, we watch Blake Baggett go from Blake Faggot to Pussy Magnet in a matter of 2 weeks. We also find out why these Pro Circuit 4-strokes can't finish a fucking moto. And then, we find out if the questions are true. We have special guests joining us via the internet to debate this topic. Was Eli Tomac stoned in Lakewood, Colorado? Or should we say Bakewood? Coming up next on Wrong Center. Alright folks, this week we open the show up talking about Blake Baggett, the number 4 on the Rocky Mountain DJMC ATV XL, whatever the hell you want to call that shit. He had an excellent ride at Lakewood, we'll give him that. Especially after those first few rounds. I know I was scratching my nuts. There's a lot of hype going in. Like, oh man, this Blake Baggett guy is going to be good. They call him the El Chalupa for no reason. He's fast, yes, of course. But he also looks a little bit like Benjamin Button, which is ironic because he had a Benjamin Button performance, as I like to call it, at the Lakewood, Colorado this past weekend. Just like how in the movie where he played the Benjamin Button, he went from old to young. In that first moto, we watched him go from being in last to podium. And that's just your typical Benjamin Button move. And then we've got Eli Tomac, who, let's not mention, his brother's in the military, so we know he's a fucking bad son of a bitch. If we could just keep him off the bong rips in Colorado and going around the track. I mean, everybody's driven a car when they're stoned off their ass. You feel like you're going 5,000 miles per hour, you ain't going nowhere. That's my theory on what is going on with Eli Tomac right now. He got super baked the morning before the race. Everything was coming a lot faster than he thought he was actually going. And it had to have been weird for him, scary, because usually he just pecker smokes everybody and wipes the fucking floor with these people. And then all of a sudden, he's getting passed by, I don't even know their names. There's some people he got passed by that I'm not even sure if they raced the whole series. They might just be a bunch of one-off cocksuckers. Maybe more drunker.
I hear that biker coming. It's rolling around the track. Sounds like an old 2-stroke. It must be Ronnie Mac. Well, his throttle's stuck wide open.
I'll tap a clit every now and then. Next up, we have the 250 class. Not really much to talk about because, like I like to call this, is the fucking slow bike class. And anybody out there who wants to ride in the 250 class is just a big pussy because they can't hang on to enough power. So, my mind, not too much to talk about, but then again, maybe there is. Because we've been seeing a lot of green bikes with the Pro Circuit pipes on them breaking. Right now, I think it stands, there's 43 DNFs on this outdoor season with the Pro Circuit exhaust system. Not only in the 250 class, but in the 450 class as well. We saw Eli Tomac go out of the moto in Glen Helen with a broken pipe. And then but just a little bit later, Josh Grant breaks his pipe. And then Austin Fortner in the 250 class, broken pipe. And then guess what? Joey Savacci, second moto, doing good, broken pipe. I'm glad they got it figured out though, Joey Savacci. You know, he had that hard turnaround there in Vegas where he just got completely pecker snapped in that corner and got the championship taken right away from him. And I think what happened was the first round, he stayed up all night reading Don't Kill Myself books because he was so bummed out. So once he had got through those books, because let's face it, these kids are retarded, they didn't go to school. Once he got through the book, then he was able to go to Lakewood and ride like pretty much a fucking American badass and win the moto. But this thing is busted all wide open like a hooker's vagina. That's how wide open this class is. You could just take a fucking pile of shit in your hand, throw it up against the wall, see what sticks. That's who's going to win the next round. Luckily, we had Ryan Sipes coming through like a motherfucking hero, winning the 125 two-stroke race up in Colorado. And there's no doubt in my mind, lap times prove it. Ryan Sipes ran the fastest lap time of the day in the 125 race. All right, folks, we're going to slip right into a little commercial break, but we'll be back with some more Ron Center. If you are a Ronnie Mac fan and you want the signature Ronnie Mac Force Cock Strong, it's pretty simple. It's just 69 easy payments of 69 cents. Fucking easy. Easier than your mom on a Sunday. Get my 4-Cock Strong now.
Warning. The 4-Cock Strong is not responsible for blowing out your old lady's vagina beyond repair.
Alright, welcome back to Ron Center, folks. That was great hearing from our sponsors there. If you want to get yourself a 4-Cock Strong, your results can go from here all the way up to here, just in 1 week. Now let's get on to our next topic of our show. And we've kind of tiptoed around it. We've stuck just the tip in so far. But was Eli Tomac high in Colorado? And I'd already talked about it once, but joining us special via the internet, we have Ken Roczen coming on the show. Welcome, Ken. So as we were talking about, you've raced Eli Tomac in the past, and you know that they say he does ride the green machine. Do we mean that in any particular way now after this weekend, knowing how he was riding? Maybe he was stoned. Is that something, when you've raced him before in the past, has he smelled like pot? Has he smelled like weed rolling up onto the gate before?
Yeah.
And those were always on motos that he wouldn't win. The nights he wouldn't win, he was always smelling like the sticky icky, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We'll move on from Eli Tomac because let's talk about what you got going on. We know that you did work with Alden Baker and you did use the 4 Armstrong for a while. And then you had turned away from that. And now you use the 4-Cock Strong. How is that working out for you? That's probably the best thing that has really ever happened in your racing is getting to using that 4-Cock Strong, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Do you notice your performance lasting longer, not only on the track, but in the bedroom?
Totally different than in America. And they still think it's too much, so it's kind of hard to make it good for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I know. I was hearing from some girls that you'd totally crushed it and you definitely ate some ass.
Yeah, we've done some pretty good parties.
Well, Ken, thank you for coming on the show, and you get back to doing whatever you do in Nazi Germany over there. And remember, folks, coming out this fall, we're going to have our European edition of the 4-Cock Strong, and that is going to be the Foreskin Strong, and that will be based off of Ken Roczen's cock. Well, that's about all the time we have left here on Ron Center, and go fuck yourself. Enjoy the rest of your week.